This is our league, and this is your league. From the 55-yard line on CFL America Radio and the Sports History Network.
Stand by, 15 seconds to air. Stand by, all cameras and videotape.
Ready with your opening graphics. Stand by, Howard. Here we come, Frank. Ready, Don.
Stand by, audio, your opening music, and roll tape.
Take tape.
Now my privilege to introduce the number one fan in the city of Dallas, His Honor Mayor Bob Folsom.
Dallas Cowboys, we're proud of you. We take great pride in being the home of the Dallas Cowboys. World's champion. This year has been a great year for Dallas, and Super Bowl championship just makes things perfect. What a way for you to end the season, and what a way for Dallas to start the season. My congratulations go to all the players, coaches, and team. What fantastic touchdowns. Tony Dorsett's run. Butch Johnson's catch. And how about that famous passer, Newhouse, to go to victory?
On January 16, 1978, the Hearts of Texas in the gala ceremony opened up to honor the new kings of professional football, the Dallas Cowboys. Since the team's inception in 1960, the Dallas Cowboys have been recognized as not only a successful organization, but also one with a touch of class. From the front office brain trusts of Clint Murkison, Tex Schramm, and Gil Brandt, to the on-the-field leadership and genius of Tom Landry, the Cowboys are a team molded to execute to the highest degree and usually emerge a winner. The man mainly responsible for this tremendous success is head coach Tom Landry. He's the only coach the Cowboys have ever had, and his record is unparalleled in professional football. It is from this man that the Dallas Cowboys received the inspiration, dedication, and training to do it all in 1977.
The main objective of all professional football players and coaches is to win the Super Bowl. And we start way back there in March preparing for the season. We play a lot of games. We work awful hard to get there. But the players are responsible for it. They're the ones that have to go out on the field and play the game, and they played it superbly yesterday.
The Cowboys opened the 1977 season in Bloomington, Minnesota on Sunday, September 18th, against the reigning NFC champions, the Minnesota Vikings. The last time these two powerhouses met was in the 1975 playoffs in one of the classic games in NFL history, when the Cowboys staged a miracle comeback in the dying seconds to win 17-14. This game would follow a similar pattern. The Cowboys were leading 10-7 when, with just 1:35 left to play, Minnesota's Fred Cox kicked a game-tying 35-yard field goal to force the contest into sudden death overtime. However, that was the last hurrah for the Vikings. With just over 6 minutes played in the extra frame and the ball at the Minnesota 4, Roger Staubach was about to lead the Cowboys to their 14th straight NFL opening day victory.
First and goal for the Cowboys.
Here come the Cowboys. First down and goal from the Minnesota 4-yard line, 10-10 game.
Play action. Roger pulls it up. He's going to roll out. Looks for a man. He runs. He dives. He drives. Touchdown. Cowboys win. Roger Staubach rolled out to his left, pulled up, wiggle hip, 10 yards, officially 4, and the Cowboys have defeated the Minnesota Vikings 16-10 in sudden death before a sellout crowd in Bloomington. With the opening day frenzies behind them, the Cowboys returned to Dallas to open their home season against the New York Giants. The once mighty Giants had fallen upon evil times the past few seasons and were winless in their last 5 encounters with the Cowboys. Sunday, September 25th, would be no different. Dallas got the first break in the ball game when linebacker D.D. Lewis picked off a Jerry Goldstein pass that led to a Roger Staubach touchdown. Here's Goldstein back to throw, has plenty of time. Across the middle, intercepted by D.D. Lewis at the 40. Heads to his left at the 35, comes back to his right at the 30, looks for a block to the 20, he's to the 15, the 10, and out of bounds. A 30-yard return by D.D. Lewis, who was off to a great start in 1977. Third down and goal from the 2.5. Quarterback draw, Staubach, touchdown. Well, they hauled that one out of the collegiate playbook. The quarterback draw, and Roger goes over right guard, the block of Tom Rafferty, and the Cowboys are on top 6-0. 2 more quick scores, and it was a 21-0 ball game. Here's Roger back to throw across the middle. Preston Pearson wide open, touchdown. Oh, my goodness, he was all by himself, 4 yards deep. Cowboys lead 13-0. First down goal, they're in the eye. Staubach barks out the signals. As it hands it off, Dennison drives, touchdown, right guard. It's 20-0. The Cowboys' 4th score of the day that made it 28-0 is of special significance. It was the first in what promises to be a brilliant career for TD Tony Dorsett. Handoff, Dorsett, right guard to the 10, to the 5, touchdown! Tony Dorsett has scored his first touchdown as a pro, spikes the football, the Cowboys lead 27-0. The Cowboys eventually won by a 41-21 score, and the following week they improved their record to 3-0 by drubbing the winless Tampa Bay Buccaneers 23-7. On Sunday, October 9th, the Cowboys journeyed to St. Louis to take on the explosive Cardinals, considered the Cowboys' chief threat for supremacy in the NFC East. The Cards took an early 10-3 lead on a field goal and a 62-yard run by their all-purpose back Terry Metcalf. But the Cowboys' Tony Dorsett bettered Metcalf's romp by some 15 yards in the second quarter to tie things up at 10-10. Here's Drew in motion toward the line. Roger hands it off to Dorsett into the secondary, to the 30, 35, to the 40, cuts right, watch out, to the 50, the 40, he's to the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, Tony Dorsett, touchdown! And he leans out and drops the football down. That is a 77-yard touchdown run, and that breaks the oldest record in the Dallas Cowboy book of 73 yards by Amos Bullocks in 1962. A 77-yard touchdown run for Tony Dorsett. The Cardinals were sky high for this game, and after 3 quarters they led 24-16. But the Cowboys, with a little help from a friend, namely St. Louis cornerback Lee Nelson, scored twice in the 4th quarter for a come-from-behind 30-24 victory. First down 10. Here's Staubach, he wants to throw. Looks deep, fires for a bunch way downfield for Drew. He's open, up in the air, incomplete. A flag is thrown in the end zone. Pass interference, Cowboys first and goal at the 1. Second down goal, Dallas trailing by 8. They're at the 1-foot line. Dorsett and Newhouse, big split behind Roger. Tom Rafferty over the ball. Long count, Dorsett dives, drives, 6 points, touchdown Cowboys. Tony went in standing up. Roger will throw, goes back, gets good protection, looks for it deep, way downfield for Drew. Up in the air, double coverage, incomplete, a flag is thrown. Lee Nelson hit Drew Pearson at the 15-yard line, flag is thrown. Here's the snap, Roger back, flips it up again for Golden. Golden, great catch, touchdown Cowboys! I promise you it was a sensational catch by Golden Richards, exactly like the one Butch Johnson had earlier this year. Leaning in front of Lee Nelson, and the Cowboys take the lead. Golden Richards had to cut back, go down to the shoe tops, make the catch, and the Cowboys score. The following week, against longtime division rival the Washington Redskins, the Cowboys improved their record to a perfect 5-0 with a 34-16 win. The game was relatively close for 3 quarters at 20-16, but in the final 15 minutes of play, the Cowboys pierced the Redskins' end zone twice, first through the air and then on the ground, to turn a rather close game into a lopsided affair.
Back here comes the blitz. Roger going deep for Drew down the sideline. Caught at the 25, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. And you would not believe the spike that Drew Pearson just put on that ball. Drew comes wide right. Saldi will be tight to the left. Golden is also tight to the right side. 3rd and goal from the 6. I formation now with Tony Dorsett, the deep back. Roger Staubach hands it off to Newhouse. Robert driving, bouncing, touchdown!
Next came the Philadelphia Eagles. Although not considered one of the stronger teams in the NFL, the Eagles were playing the Cowboys tough, leading by a 7-6 score in the 4th quarter. But the Dallas special teams came through when reserve tight end Jay Saldi blocked a Spike Jones punt, and Charlie Waters scooped it up to forge the Cowboys into the lead to stay at 13-7.
Here's Spike Jones. Here comes the rush. They block it. Jay Saldi. Charlie Waters can pick it up and run. He's got it at the 15, the 10. He cuts for the goal line. Touchdown, Cowboys!
If you ever wanted to witness an exhibition of flawless football, all you had to do was be at Texas Stadium on the afternoon of October 30th, as the Cowboys routed the Detroit Lions by a 37-0 score. It was Chuck Howley Day in Dallas, and the former Cowboys star linebacker had to have a smile on his face as he watched his ex-mates do it all. Dallas jumped to an early 6-0 lead on a pair of field goals by Verne Herrera. Then in the 2nd quarter, Roger Staubach hit a wide-open Billy Joe Dupree, and the Cowboys were up by a 13-0 count.
Roger Staubach barks out the count, has it, drops back. Here comes the blitz. Roger pulls up, lets it go deep. Dupree, touchdown! Boy, was he open. Boy, he was.
With time running out in the half, Roger Staubach went to first Drew Pearson and then Scott Laidlaw to mount the Cowboys' advantage to 20-0.
Blitz is threatened by the Lions. Roger sees it, changes. He's back. Here comes the rush. Roger up in the pocket. Can't find anybody. Now it goes deep for Drew, and Drew has it. What a catch by Pearson at the 19. What a catch by Drew Pearson. He was standing all by himself, and the pass was going to be overthrown. He had to keep both feet in bounds, and he just leaned up and made the catch and fell like a tall tree out of bounds. Roger has it, rolls out to the right, has protection, pulls up. Cox now fires it back for Laidlaw, and Scott picks it up. He's to the 20, the 15, the 10. He is to the 5, driving, touchdown!
In the 3rd quarter, Verne Herrera kicked his 3rd field goal of the game before Staubach hooked up with Jay Saldi to give the Cowboys a commanding 30-0 lead.
Butch Johnson wide to the right side. Newhouse and Dorsett, the setback. Staubach rolling out, going to throw. He's got Saldi by himself in the end zone. Easy 6 points. Lions were looking for the run, and the Cowboys made it look easy as Roger Staubach rolled out to his right and just lofted a little short pass. 5 yards deep in the end zone to Jay Saldi.
In the 4th quarter, the Cowboys closed out the day's scoring when 3rd-string running back Larry Brinson took a handoff from quarterback Danny White and scampered 20 yards to score.
Here's White handing off to Brinson, and Brinson over the left side has a touchdown as he sprints 20 yards into the end zone. Larry Brinson, who came into the game just a moment ago, took the handoff from Danny White, headed left, and the rookie running back has his first NFL touchdown. Just barely got in at the corner. Herrera on to try the extra point as the route certainly is on here at Texas Stadium. And Efren bangs it through with 8 minutes and 59 seconds. Left to play the football game. Cowboys making it look like child's play against the Detroit Lions. They lead now by a score of 37-0.
Here it was, the midway point of the season, and the Cowboys had a perfect 7-0 record, the first time that had been accomplished in the team's history. And the next week, they improved it to 8-0 against the New York Giants. The Cowboys took an early 7-0 lead when Jay Saldi once again came through on the special teams.
Here's Danny White on the punt, kicks it deep. Bob Hammond waits for it at the 22, has it, here comes the rush, he fumbles the ball, Giants pick it up and head right, now there's another fumble, Jay Seldy has it, goes in toward the end zone, touchdown Cowboys! And Seldy spikes the football, it was fumbled twice, Jay picked it up on the 5 and slid in for the score.
After a Joe Danello field goal narrowed it to a 7-3 game in the second quarter, Roger Staubach came back and hit Billy Joe Dupree in the end zone. The touchdown was set up by a clutch reception by Drew Pearson.
Shotgun again. Drew is wide right, Preston is wide right, and Butch Johnson is wide to the left side. Dupree is split off. Blitz is threatened by the Giants. Here's the low snap. Roger picks it up. They're blitzing. He's going deep. Has Drew open at the 30. Drew cuts out of a tackle and is knocked down at the 26-yard line. And with that catch, Drew Pearson runs his streak to 39 consecutive games in which he has caught a pass. Ray Rhodes finally made the tackle. Roger, taking his time, has it, drops straight back, has a lot of protection, looks right, fires the ball, caught, touchdown, Billy Joe Dupree. Tremendous protection from the offensive line for Roger Staubach on that play, and Dupree was all by himself 2 yards into the end zone. And the Cowboys convert on third down and take a 13-3 lead. A 47-yard drive in 10 plays that chewed up 4 minutes and 31 seconds on the clock.
This was not to be a great day for the offense, but the defense was equal to the task. In the third quarter, the Giants made their deepest penetration of the day before Cliff Harris abruptly ended that drive.
Pisarcik, play action, wants a bunch, goes out in the right flat, fires it, intercepted by Cliff Harris, and he's out of bounds inside the 9-yard line. Cliff has just intercepted his 5th pass of the year.
From there, the Cowboys moved 91 yards in 7 plays, with Tony Dorsett going the final distance to give the Cowboys a commanding 21-3 lead.
Dorsett, Preston Pearson, and Robert Newhouse in the backfield. Double tight end offense. Dorsett the deep back and a power eye strength right. Dorsett gets the handoff. Tony dives. Tony has scored a touchdown, and the Cowboys lead by a score of 20-3. 6 touchdowns for the Cowboy rookie.
The Cowboys won the game 21-10, but the following week they fell from the ranks of the undefeated when they dropped a 24-17 decision to the St. Louis Cardinals. On Sunday, November 20th, they lost their second game in a row, 28-13 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Suddenly, the wide-open race in the East Division of the NFC had tightened up, as the Cowboys now led the Cardinals by a mere game, and the Washington Redskins, their next opponent, by 2. It seems as though any time the Cowboys and Redskins meet, the script is taken straight from an old John Ford Western. In this encounter at RFK Stadium, Washington took a 7-0 lead towards the end of the first half, but the Cowboys got right back into it on their first possession of the second half.
2nd and goal to go from the 4, a fake to Newhouse, the pass to Richards, touchdown! Nice fake to Robert Newhouse, and he drilled Golden Richards coming across the middle, who went high in the air and pulled it down 9 yards deep in the end zone. And the Cowboys are within a point of tying it up.
In the fourth quarter, the Cowboys took the lead for good when Tony Dorsett crashed over from a yard out. The touchdown was set up when on a 4th and inches at the Redskins' 2, Roger Staubach called his own number.
Well, the play selection has been made. Here is Staubach returning to the huddle to announce it to the rest of the club. 4th down, 6 inches for a first down, 1.5 yards for a touchdown, as the Cowboys are led up to the line of scrimmage by the center, Tom Rafferty. Laidlaw in the backfield along with Dorsett and Robert Newhouse. Staubach calls the signals. Quarterback sneak. He dives forward. He is inside the 1-yard line, I do believe.
He is inside the 1.
No question about it. No need for measurement. 1st and goal to go for the Cowboys at the 1-yard line.
The Redskins, though, were still alive right down to the dying seconds when Old Pro Mel Renfro saved the day.
Here's Theismann back to throw it. Winds up, fires down the sidelines. It is intercepted. Intercepted by the Cowboys at the 25-yard line. And that should do it. And I can't see who got it.
They're congratulating Mel Renfro, I believe.
Well, that'd be very pro. Yes, Mel Renfro, the old warhorse himself, came up with the interception. And that will do it.
The following week against the Philadelphia Eagles, the Cowboys wrapped up the division title with a 24-14 victory before the home folks. As it turned out, it was to be a big day for 2 of the Cowboys. rookie sensation Tony Dorsett, and persistent defensive end Harvey Martin. Dallas took an early 7-0 lead when Dorsett scored the first of his 2 touchdowns.
Newhouse to the right side, Dorsett to the left. Staubach calls out the signals. Long count by the Cowboy quarterback. He has it, handoff Dorsett, drives and scores! That's number 10 on the year for Tony Dorsett. He's 1 away from tying the club record most touchdowns in a single season.
In the second quarter, the Eagles came back to tie it on a 51-yard pass play from Ron Jaworski to Mike Hogan. But before the half was to end, the Cowboys regained the lead with some aerial hijinks of their own.
Saldi tight to the right side. Here's Rogers straight back. A 4-man rush again. Goes across the middle deep. Caught. Drew Pearson, touchdown. His second catch of the season for a touchdown, and the Cowboys lead 13-7.
By the end of the third quarter, Dallas led by 3, 17-14. Then, in the final 15 minutes of play, Tony Dorsett entered the record books from a couple of different angles.
And Saldi starts in motion. The handoff goes to Dorsett, dances into the secondary and heads left. The 30, the 40, comes right to the 50, to the 40. He's going to score an 84-yard touchdown to the 5. Tony Dorsett, 84 yards on the touchdown.
On the day, Dorsett rushed for 206 yards, only the 3rd rookie in NFL history to accomplish that feat. And let's not forget Harvey Martin. In this game, he recorded 3 sacks, running his season total to 23, a new Dallas Cowboys season record.
11:36 to go in the ball game, and the Cowboys in good shape now with a 10-point lead and the ball at midfield. And Harvey Martin receiving the plaudits of the crowd during our commercial break when they announced that he had set a new club record with 23 sacks in a single season. And I'll know that George Andre is going to be happy for Harvey down there in Waco. He held the club record, and Harvey has it now.
Despite the fact that they had already clinched their division title, the Cowboys' next game with the San Francisco 49ers was a prime concern. A win here, and Dallas would have the home field advantage in the playoffs. The game turned out to be a barn burner with 77 points being put on the scoreboard. The Cowboys had a 21-14 lead at the half as Roger Staubach scored once himself and threw for 2 more.
Nice fake, back to throw, trying to set up the screen, does to Pearson. Preston, 35, 30, 25, down the right sideline to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! 1st and 10 from the 49er 20-yard line, 1:20 left to play in the first half. They fake the reverse, Staubach goes long, he's got Dorsett, touchdown! Tony Dorsett down the far sideline after a nifty fake by Roger Staubach, and Roger drilled it in there.
In the second half, the Cowboys scored 3 touchdowns to the 49ers 2, and for all intents and purposes, their regular season was complete, as they had themselves a 42-35 victory.
Staubach, long count, pitch out. Dorsett comes left, 20 to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown!
Not bad, not shabby at all.
And Roger will throw. Again, 2 steps, goes deep for Butch Johnson, up in the air, caught, touchdown! What a super catch by Butch Johnson! Roger has it, hands it off to Preston, drives, touchdown, Preston Pearson! And he justifiably spikes the football, and the Cowboys have their highest point total of 1977.
The Cowboys had 1 regular season game left against the AFC's best, the Denver Broncos, and emerged with a 14-6 victory. In reality, the game served as a mere tune-up for both teams for the upcoming playoffs. However, there was one notable happening in the contest when the Cowboys' Tony Dorsett went over the 1,000 yards rushing mark for the season. Only the 8th rookie in NFL history to accomplish it.
Staubach on the delay goes to Dorsett. He's down to the 40. He's got his 1,000 yards.
And a standing ovation.
The officials will mark it at the 39-yard line. That's a pickup of 7 yards on the play, and the officials are throwing out the ball. They'll save it for Tony Dorsett, who has just gone over 1,000 yards. And Dorsett getting a tremendous standing ovation and getting congratulations from his teammates down on the field.
So now it was on to the playoffs, and the entire NFC looked to Dallas to regain their lost prestige. The National Football Conference playoffs opened on Monday, December 26th. In their playoff opener, the Cowboys had to face the revamped Chicago Bears, the NFC's wild card entry. The Bears had earned their way into the playoffs in the last week of the season when they defeated the New York Giants in overtime. But they were really no match for the Cowboys. Chicago got an early break in the game when they recovered a Tony Dorsett fumble. However, by the time the first 15 minutes of play had been concluded, it was the Cowboys who led, thanks to a short yardage plunge for a touchdown by Doug Dennison.
Full house backfield for Dallas. The handoff is to Doug Dennison, who's in there, and he is over. Touchdown. Welcome back, Doug Dennison.
Amen.
In the second quarter, Dallas added 10 more points when Roger Staubach hit Billy Joe Dupree on a 28-yard scoring strike, and Verne Herrera booted home a 21-yard field goal to give the Cowboys a decisive 17-0 lead at the half.
Cowboys ready to go. Staubach has him up to the line of scrimmage. Got Drew Pearson about 10 yards wide to the left. Again, Roger back to throw. Pumps it once. Sends it long for Dupree. It is caught for a touchdown. Billy Joe reached high in the air and pulled out a 28-yard touchdown pass over Virgil Livers.
In the third quarter, the Bears came unglued at the seams as they turned the ball over 5 times and helped pace the Cowboys to a 34-0 lead with only 15 minutes remaining to be played.
James Scott comes wide right, though rather wide to the left against Aaron Kyle. First down 10, Avellini under Dan Pfeiffer. Has it, play action, will throw. Back to pass, comes across the middle, intercepted by D.D. Lewis at the 43. Heads to his right, he's got blockers as the flag is also down. Lewis at the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, and out of bounds. No flag on the play. The interception will stand. D.D. Lewis off Avellini, and the Cowboys have the first turnover of the second half. Second down, Avellini will throw, steps up, lets it go. It's intercepted by Waters. Charlie to the 40, back to the 35, heads to the 30, going to his right, and is tripped up at the 30-yard line. The last time a Dallas Cowboy intercepted 3 passes in a single game was Leroy Jordan against Cincinnati in 1974. It had been done once prior to that by Herb Adderley. And Charlie Waters has got himself a piece of the record book with his 3rd interception of the day. I formation with Dorsett the deep back now. Butch Johnson wide left, and Drew is off to the right side. Draw play, Dorsett to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, cuts right. He is at the 5, he scores, touchdown! A 22-yard run for the Cowboys' $1 million rookie, and Dallas leads it now 23-0. Double tight end offense. Staubach has it, pitch out, Dorsett to the right. Tony to the 5, Tony will score!
What can you say? This is complete, total, utter domination.
Chicago finally got on the board in the fourth quarter when Bob Avellini hit Steve Schubert from 34 yards away. But the Cowboys had already scored on a 27-yard field goal by Verne Herrera and were on their way to a 37-7 victory. After the game, a few of the Cowboys shared their emotions.
Well, this is probably one of our best games this year. I think that every phase of our game played well. Offense was very crisp in the early part of the game, and defense played, exceptionally well all day, and the special teams were good. So you have to say it was a great ball game from our standpoint.
Oh, no, we went into the game. We knew we could run against the Bears. We knew that our hardest chore was going to be inside the 20, so we really had to stick together, getting the ball inside the 20 and scoring across the goal line. Of course, they stopped us a few times there, but it didn't make any difference. We were just ready today.
Well, I didn't get but 3 interceptions for the whole year. It's amazing. They weren't that big of plays. They threw the ball right to me, except for one. I made a good break on the one right before the half, and Benny causes one and knocks the receiver down. Most times interceptions come with other people making plays.
With the victory over the Bears, the Cowboys now advance to the NFC Championship game against the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, defending champions of the National Football Conference, were sort of laid to rest during the regular season when they lost their starting quarterback Fran Tarkenton due to a broken leg. They overcame that adversity and made the playoffs, and then when they beat the Los Angeles Rams in their playoff opener in L.A., you knew they were a team to be reckoned with. However, as far as Dallas was concerned, it didn't matter which team they faced. Their game was in high gear. The offense was putting points on the board, and the defense was illustrating that the path to least resistance was not to show up. It took the Cowboys only 3 plays to establish their momentum in this game, when Harvey Martin pounced on a loose ball at the Viking 39.
3rd and 8. Prevent defense is in. Bob Grimm is an extra wide receiver, is wide to the right side. Handoff goes to Robert Miller. Fumble. Cowboys have recovered. Harvey Martin has the ball.
Well, that's what you need, is the turnovers in a big game like this, and the Cowboys start off with a big one immediately.
Then in only 2 plays, the Cowboys had their first score of the afternoon. In the second quarter, the Cowboys made it a 13-0 game when Robert Newhouse scampered over from 5 yards out.
Here they come. Double tight end set again. Saldi to the right side and Dupree to the left, and Drew Pearson is in a wing to the left. Staubach under John Fitzgerald has it, hands it off to Newhouse. Robert driving, touchdown!
There's a great effort by Robert Newhouse. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, and those legs kept churning like pistons, and he kept charging until he was into the end zone.
The Vikings countered with a pair of field goals from Fred Cox to make it a 13-6 contest, but with only 3 seconds remaining in the half, Verne Herrera upped the Dallas lead to 16-6 with a 21-yard field goal. In the second half, the Cowboy defense did a number on the Vikings, allowing them a mere 5 first downs. Then in the fourth quarter, the Cowboy offense got back into it. Things started when Tom Henderson forced the Vikings' Manfred Moore to fumble on a punt return, and Jay Saldi scooped up the loose football and carried it to the Vikings' 35.
Good punt by White. Moore on his own 48, making the catch. Fumbles the football. A scramble forward to the Cowboys. Recover it. Jay Saldi comes up with the ball and is run out of bounds at the 35-yard line of Minnesota. And the Cowboys specialty teams come up with a big play.
Then, after moving the ball to the Minnesota 11, Tony Dorsett scampered in for the clinching touchdown.
3rd and 6 from the Viking 11-yard line. Roger awaiting the snap, takes it. Inside handoff, Dorsett, right side, 10, 5. Touchdown! Tony Dorsett goes 11 yards after taking the inside handoff on the shotgun formation, and cut in just inside the flag on the right side. In New Orleans, here we come.
This game belonged to the defensive unit as they recovered 3 fumbles, intercepted 1 pass, and allowed Minnesota quarterback Bob Lee just 14 completions in 31 attempts. To say the least, the Cowboys were in a good frame of mind following this victory. So now it was on to the big one, Super Bowl 12 in New Orleans, Louisiana, on Sunday, January 15th, against the AFC's Denver Broncos. On the shoulders of the Cowboys rested the pride of the NFC. It was almost 6 years to the day when the NFC last won a Super Bowl. And that team was the Dallas Cowboys when they defeated the Miami Dolphins on January 16th, 1972 by a 24-3 score at Tulane Stadium. As far as most people were concerned, the Cowboys were the best, but they still had to prove it on the field. One more game, one more victory was all that stood between the Dallas Cowboys and the immortality of true greatness. The Cowboys got the first break in Super Bowl 12 when Denver's Craig Morton, under tremendous pressure, threw a pass that was picked off by Randy Hughes.
Here comes the rush. Morton is buried, lets it fly, intercepted. Cowboys pick it off at the 26-yard line.
The Cowboys proceeded to move the ball to the Bronco 3-yard line. With a 4th and 1, they spurned the field goal and went for the end zone.
Again, a double tight end set with a power I formation, strength to the left side behind Dupree. Ball at the 3-yard line. Staubach barking out the signals, has it, hands it off to Dorsett, drives, touchdown!
On Denver's next possession, Ed Too Tall Jones put a ferocious rush on Craig Morton, and he again threw it up for grabs.
Morton will throw, has time this time. Nope, hit as he lets it go. It's intercepted again. Picked off by Aaron Kyle. Kyle darts to the 45, the 40. He cuts to the 35 and is finally knocked off his feet. The Cowboys have their second interception of the first quarter.
That interception led to a 35-yard field goal by Verne Herrera that gave the Cowboys a 10-0 lead after 1 quarter of play. Herrera added his second field goal of the game in the early minutes of the second quarter to give Dallas a 13-0 lead, but only after the Broncos had the wind taken out of their sails when they thought they might have stymied a Dallas drive with an interception.
Preston and Tony Dorsett are in there. Snap back to Roger. Three-man rush. He's under trouble. Rolls out to his right, being chased by Alzado. He shakes Alzado. He's at the 25. Throws in the far corner. It's up in the air. Intercepted in the end zone by the Broncos. And now, check this. Staubach was out of bounds when he threw the ball. The Cowboys get to keep it.
Oh, me!
So the interception goes for naught. So also would the touchdown had the pass been complete. But they say Staubach was out of bounds. It's an incomplete pass, and Herrera will try and make it 13-0. He will kick it from the 33-yard line. A 43-yard field goal effort by Efren Herrera. Rafferty gets a good snap. Here's the kick by Herrera. Did he get it? Yes, he got it! Now there's a timeout on the field with our score. Dallas 13, the Broncos nothing.
The half ended with the Cowboys holding on to that 13-0 lead. Then in the third quarter, the Broncos finally got on the scoreboard when Jim Turner kicked a 47-yard field goal.
It's 4th down and 4 at the 30. Norris Weiss is the holder, and he has thrown to Turner for a touchdown this year. This will be held at the 37-yard line, a 47-yard effort by Jim Turner to put Denver on the board. Mel Renfro trying to find a gap to come through. Here's Turner's kick. He's got it on the way. And does he get it? Yes, it's good from 47 yards out.
But the Cowboys came right back. With the ball at their own 42-yard line, Roger Staubach went to Drew Pearson for a crucial first down.
Drew Pearson, wide right, still has not caught a pass. Dupree shifts to the right side. Butch Johnson is wide left. Staubach with a long count, has it on 2nd and 10, fakes to Dorsett, goes back to throw, looks deep, fires it out, caught by Drew at the Denver 45, tries to circle outside, and is double teamed and down. He had the 43 made, then came back to his left. That is a 13-yard pickup, and Drew Pearson's first catch of the day as Gradishar made the tackle.
Then after 2 attempts that netted nothing, Roger Staubach went deep for Butch Johnson in a touchdown reception that will live in Super Bowl history.
And they've got a 3rd down 10 at the Bronco 45 right now with 7:06 to go, third quarter. Shotgun formation. Preston Pearson and Tony Dorsett in the backfield, along with Roger Staubach. Fitz snaps it back. A 3-man rush again. Roger goes deep across the middle, way downfield, and Butch Johnson caught! Touchdown! A sensational diving catch by Butch Johnson, the Cowboys' second-year wide receiver.
But let's give the Broncos credit. They were being demolished, yet they still fought back. And with less than 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter, they managed to pierce the Cowboys' end zone.
Weiss barks out the signals, hands it off. Lytle dives, touchdown!
The Broncos' main problem was their inability to hang on to the football. They had 7 turnovers in the first half alone. Midway through the fourth quarter, they lost the ball once again when Harvey Martin slammed into Norris Weiss with Aaron Kyle recovering. Then on their first play, the Cowboys displayed a little razzle-dazzle as Robert Newhouse went to the air for the first time this season and came up a winner.
Pitch out, Newhouse goes left, pulls up, wants to pass, fires it deep for goalie Richards. Caught, touchdown! Robert Newhouse is being mobbed by John Fitzgerald, Thomas Henderson, Preston Pearson, Jay Saldi, Burton Wallace. The whole team is out in the middle of the field, including one of the reserves.
Yes, the Cowboys were the champions of professional football. They had done it all, but it may not have really struck home until their arrival back in Dallas a day later, when an outpouring of Dallas fans greeted their heroes, saluting, admiring, respecting, and loving a team that had restored respectability to a conference gone wrong, and returning the World Championship to where it belonged.
Head coach of the World Champions, Frank. Coach, welcome home.
Thank you, Frank. Good to be here.
Okay, have fun on the parade. Jim Myers, the assistant coach. We'll try to name the players and the coaches for you as they come off. We're not going to have time to interview each of them. Ernie Stautner, defensive line coach. Jerry Tubbs, Ermel Allen, assistant coaches. Coach Gene Stallings, specialty team coach Mike Ditka, assistant coach Dan Reeves. All right, some of the players. Randy Hughes, who had a great game yesterday. How about Bob Brunig? Welcome home for Bob. Efren Herrera. What do you say, my man? Mark Washington, Doug Dennison, Percy Howard, Guy Brown, Bill Gregory, John Fitzgerald, Cowboy center. And wearing his fur coat as he promised he would, Mr. Tony Dorsett. Assistant coach Bob Ward. Golden Richards, who made that great touchdown catch. Roger Staubach, welcome home.
Thanks, Frank.
Defensive back Aaron Kyle. Butch Johnson. Jay Saldi. Andy Frederick. Here's Rayfield Wright. Here, Danny White. Jim Edson. Preston Pearson. Robert Newhouse. Benny Barnes. Charlie Young. Scott Laidlaw. Mr. Cliff Harris. And Pat Donovan. Mike Hagman. Too Tall Jones. Randy White. Charlie Waters. Mel Renfro. Larry Cole. Glenn Corrado. Jethro Pugh. Hey, what do you say, my man? Jim Cooper. Dave Stalls. Thomas Henderson. Here's Hollywood. Ralph Neely, who played his last game yesterday, went out as a champion. Burton Lawless. Herb Scott. Larry Brinson there. Billy Joe Dupree. Tom Rafferty. There's Bruce Huther, recovered a fumble, playing on the specialty teams. D.D. Lewis. Andrew Pearson. How about this reception?
It's great. It's great. Out of sight. That's what we wanted for.
You heard the man. He said, you're the people that they wanted for. Harvey Martin.
Well, I told you we were going to bring it back to you, and Dallas Cowboys are #1.